Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com, and I'll tell you, it's just too funny. Uh, I've got my nephew. I had him on one of my videos, and he used to work for Walmart, and he was talking about how they had floods and stuff like that. It was storming, and they couldn't get food in or supplies into the Walmart. And he said how the people were going crazy of buying up stuff and just, all this kind of stuff. And anyway, that's the video, and that was my nephew. He died. He was in the Marines, and he got some weird disease or something, and he ended up dying maybe 4 years ago, maybe, and 3 or 4 years ago. And his son is in college, and he just finished his first year of college. And I stop by and say hi all the time. Normally I never catch him at the house, but this time I caught his son at the house. And so we were talking, and I was asking him how things were and in college and stuff like that. And now this is the Chinese side of my family. They're really Chinese. His mom's from China. My nephew went back to China to marry her, to find a woman to marry her. And that's who, so these are real, they run a Chinese household. And so now he's just finished his first year of college. And as he was explaining to me, or I asked him, how much fun he's been having and stuff like that, what he's learned and stuff like that. And I'm not a smart kind of guy, and I didn't go. I'll tell you how dumb I am. I didn't go to college till I was over 40 years old. So, but anyway, so he was telling me they held classes on Zoom on the internet. And so then I said, man, that's good. So you save some money. Because, his father, didn't have a lot of money. So I know they've been saving money and everything for him to go to college. And, so he goes to college. He pays full tuition. And he goes up to Lawrence, went to KU up there to go to class, and he took all of his classes were on the internet. And I said, well, why didn't you just stay home and save the money? And get around them. Yeah, there we go. And so he says, well, it was my decision. And I said, your decision, what are you talking about? And he says, well, he knew he would have to pay full tuition, and he knew all the classes would be online. And so I said, oh, so you thought that was a wise decision. You're getting half of what your college is providing, and you're paying full price. And then he smiled and he says, well, all the universities were doing that. They're all doing it. And so I said, oh, so that means because other people are stupid, you need to be stupid also. And you could tell I hurt his feelings. Now, he had a Marine father, and he'd been 20 years younger than me, and he's always heard stories about me. So, and they aren't like, Uncle Mike's a real nice guy, those aren't the kind of stories he's heard. And because, like I say, I've been in Central America, been around the world, even as in the Marines, I did stuff that his father didn't do, but his father knew enough to know that I did stuff. And so I hurt his feelings, and I said, so being stupid, it's okay, because everybody else is being stupid. And I really hurt his feelings. And then I hugged him, and I said, did I hurt your feelings? And I said, do you think I give a shit if I hurt your feelings? And so they start laughing. And so now this is the first time I've really seen him since he's been 18. And so it was so it's kind of shocking, because Uncle Mike's well-traveled, has experiences, and then now all of a sudden Uncle Mike's in my face. Like, okay, what are you going to do about it? And so it was funny, and he finally figured out the humor. And he felt stupid, and he was right to feel stupid, because what he did was stupid. And but he says, now this next year it's going to be full classes, going to class, you're going to have people he's going to have to deal with, and stuff like that. So it's going to be like real school, in which last year was nothing but and he went to the dorm. Did he go to the dorm, or he had an apartment or something? And with two other guys. And I said, well, the one good thing, says at least you get a chance to get out and do things, because he's living in his house, and now he's got to answer to mama on everything. Before, when his dad was there, he had to answer to his dad and his mom. Now he's out on his own, so that's really a good thing. I said, so what have you been doing? And so he hasn't been doing nothing, but he's been spending some time with his two roommates. Okay. Then maybe, he gets a chance to see a little something, it's when you talk to somebody with a different culture, different way of life, and stuff like that, that's kind of interesting, being around those kind of people. And he said, well, it wasn't quite like that. I said, well, what do you mean? And he says, well, they were both Chinese. So I started laughing at him again. So it was terrible. I was really acting bad. I wasn't acting like an adult, and I'm sure my wife would have got mad at me. But the thing is, my wife wouldn't have said you don't do it, because I'm acting man to man now. He might be a young man, but that doesn't mean he's a boy, and he's not a boy. At his age, I was living in the jungle, and so, I can't believe that I would hurt his feelings. And now this is somebody that knows me, and this is somebody that has doesn't have the experience, like you say, but he's a young man, and he was that sensitive. And then so I started. Now I'm not talking, and about him it was no big deal. I mean, I just wanted to let him know if I hurt his feelings, like I give a damn, So, and because that's the way the workplace is. Now he's never worked in a restaurant. So, like I say, our whole family's been working in restaurants. He was too young to do it, and his dad at that time was sickly and didn't own a restaurant, so he never got a chance to work. So it was really funny. But I told him, I said, there's a bad problem with young people. And I told him, I really thought more of you. I never thought you would be as stupid as these young people, as all these other young people, because your dad wouldn't waste money like that. And, and his dad would be like me, asking him, okay, why are you charging full price when you're not giving me full service? So it was really funny. And I told him, I said, there's a problem with your generation, and generations older than you too. I mean, there's a lot of them. And so then I asked him, I said, so what do you think about socialism? You think socialism would be a good thing? And then he got already ruffled his feathers and got him kind of shook up, so he wasn't fully understanding what I was trying to say. And then it came across was it can be improved. This is what he said. And because he's trying to avoid conflict with his uncle. So I said, oh, okay, how are you going to improve socialism? How are you going to improve it? And he says, well, no, I wasn't talking about socialism. I said, oh, so you're talking about capitalism? And so you believe it can be improved? And then that's when he says, wait a minute, I think you're misunderstanding and all this kind of stuff. And what it was, he couldn't, he kept putting his foot in his mouth, and I'm asking him to explain, and he couldn't. And then, like I say, I had him under pressure, so it was okay. No big deal. It's not like we're running a test and he's not going to graduate from college because of Uncle Mike, So it was funny. But the end of the story was, and I kept telling him, you have to think. And I told him, my kids, and even when I went, they're telling you stuff that's not facts. And so you have to remember, it's not all what you're getting isn't stuff that you really should learn. It's stuff so you can get your diploma. And so you need to be ready to ask questions. You probably don't want to ask as many questions as I did when I was in college, but like I say, I was older and I wasn't going to put up with their crap, so I'm asking questions and I'm embarrassing the professor. Like I care, like I told the professor, I'm here to get smart. And that's one of the things he said. He says, if you don't pass, you won't pass this class. And I told him, I don't really care about passing the class. I'm here to get smart. And so it was pretty humorous. And but this is something that so I'm telling the story to my nephew, and now he can relate, and he's just laughing, and we're having fun and all this kind of. And you should be having fun. And this is what I was telling him. You need to go have fun. He said, "You've been drinking." He said, "I don't drink." I said, "Your friends don't drink?" He said, "Well, they drink a little bit." I said, "Yeah, just go do what you're going to do. You're not going to get in that much trouble." You know, and because now's the time to do it. So, and so he is dealing with reality. The stories about Uncle Mike that he's heard starts at the same age that he is now, and he's way behind Uncle Mike when it comes to stories. He doesn't have all the stories to tell yet. Hopefully I might have motivated him to start doing something, and I told him, do things, you know, go ride a bike and get out, see people, talk to people, and get around people. He says, well, they haven't been able to do it because they've been wearing masks and 6 foot distancing, so, you know, then that started. So it was funny. But anyway, it was just so funny. And the worst thing was, it was to my relation, and it's not like it shocked me. It didn't really shock me. And now he plays games, but not that many games. He's one of these typical Chinamen that are smart. This guy's smart, and he's built good. Not real tall, but he's not a little old skinny Chinaman. I mean, this guy's got a body. And but I'm trying to get him to stay active and learn all kinds of stuff, not just book stuff, but learn stuff. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.